I've been looking for a bag to take to the farmer's market, and what I found online was so expensive, and I'm like, why don't I just make my own? So that's what I did. It's big, it's roomy, it's super comfortable, and I can't wait to show you how I did it. I used 2 balls of yarn, so you do need 2 different colors. I'm sure you have yarn hanging around just like I have. So let's get into the tutorial. So I'm using the Karen Jumbo, and this is the ombre. I originally bought this to make a Afghan or a blanket for my friend, but I didn't end up making it. So these are 340 grams a piece, and I just like the size of this. So this is a 4. I'm using a large crochet hook here. I mean, you can use whatever size you want. You're going to need some stitch markers and of course a pair of scissors. We're going to start with a slip knot to begin. And remember, it's 2 strands held together at all times, so just pretend that it's one big thick strand. And we're going to start with 31 chains. So make sure that you don't split the strands, and then you're always holding them together like one big thick strand throughout. We're going to chain 31 chains. I'll meet you back here when you're done with that. So here we have 31 chains. So now you're going to skip the first chain from the hook, find the second chain, and make sure you get both those loops, both those strands of yarn, treating it like one piece of yarn, and you're going to half double crochet 3 times into the second chain from the hook. So 3 half double crochets into the second chain from the hook. Now you're going to half double crochet into each of the next 28 chains, and that will leave you with 1 chain left. So half double crochet in each of the 28 chains. When you get to the end, you'll have 1 chain remaining. You're going to work 3 half double crochets into this last chain. So 3 half double crochets into the last chain, and our work is going to start turning. So now we're going to work back the other way, and I'm just going to work in that little extra piece of yarn I had from when we started, and we're going to now work into the next chain space, and we're on the underside of the last of the 28 single half double crochets. So you're going to work the next 28 chains. So just work double crochet back the other way, 28 stitches, and I'll meet you back here when you get to the other side. Once you've half double crocheted into each of those spaces, which is the underside of your foundation chain, all the way back to the beginning, there should be 28 of them in total. So you should have 62 stitches at the end of the first row. We're not going to join with a slip stitch. We're going to continue working in the round. So the first half double crochet you made, that's where you're going to work. You're going to work 2 half double crochets into each of the next 3 stitches. Now you're going to work back up the other way, half double crochet into the next 28 stitches. So I'll meet you when you finish that. So now we're at the other end, and what you're going to do is you're going to do half double crochet 2 of them into the next 3 stitches, just like we did on the other end, so we can round this corner. So 2 double half crochets in the next 3 stitches. Continue working way back up this way to the other side, double half crochet into each stitch, and I'll meet you back here at the end of that. So you can see we're starting to make the base of the bag, or the bottom of the bag. So continue again with half double crochets into each of the next 28 stitches all the way back to the beginning. Now we're at the end of row 2, and remember, we're working in the round, so there's not an obvious stop to your job, but you can see where the double or 2 half double crochets were worked into the first stitch. So now round 3, the pattern for rounding the corner, we're going to work 2 half double crochets into the first stitch and a half double crochet into the next stitch, and we're going to repeat this pattern twice more. 2 half double crochets in the next stitch, half double crochet in the stitch after that, just once, and then one more time, 2 half double crochets into the next stitch, a half double crochet into the last stitch. That's going to round the corner, and now you're going to then half double crochet in each of the next 28 stitches. Back to the other end. I'm going to repeat the same pattern we did on the other side. So a half double crochet into the first stitch, a half double crochet into the next stitch, repeat that twice more, and then work a half double crochet in each of the next 28 stitches. We finished the end of row 3. We're going to continue to increase. So 2 half double crochets into the next stitch, half double crochet into the next 2 stitches. So it'll be 2 half double crochets into 1 stitch, and then half double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches, and you're going to repeat that 2 times. 2 1 1 2 1 1. Now you're going to continue and do a half double crochet in the next 28 stitches until you get to the other end. Now we're at the end of row 4. So here we've come to the end of that row, and you can see the base of your bag, and we're not increasing anymore. Depending on if you're a tight crocheter or a loose crocheter, you should start to see the bag start to curl up. I'm a loose crocheter, so it doesn't start to curl up until I get another row or so going. But you're going to continue now with single double crochet, and you should have 80 stitches around. So here you can see mine is starting to curl up. And I'm just showing you again here, you can see how it's starting to curl up. So again, each row will be 80 stitches, so you may want to grab a stitch marker, which I am doing here. I literally just eyeballed it because I forgot to put my stitch marker on when I started, but I knew I only done about 5 or 6 stitches, especially if you're getting up and running around and coming back to this bag later, you don't forget where you left off like I tend to do. I've completed about 20 rows. So I just wanted to show you how it's coming along and what it looks like. I love these colors. So let's keep going. Okay, so I did about 22 rows. This is dependent on however you want to do it. And I finished off the bag by just doing a quick slip knot. I'm gonna have to sew the ends of those in. So sew it in and hide the ends. I had a long piece of yarn here, so I will just end up trimming the rest off. Once our bag is completed, we're going to have to make some straps. So you're going to make 2 straps, and how I do this is I just fold it in half and just get it nice and flat and even. You can use a measuring tape. I simply just counted over, I believe, 10 stitches to kind of center it on either side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to use a stitch marker, and then I'm going to go ahead and do that on the other side. Flip it over and 2 more stitch markers for the other side. For the straps, I went ahead and did 1 so you could see what it looks like. It's not too thick, it's just right. and you want to leave a long tail at one end to sew it to the bag. So I'm going to ahead and I'm going to do the second strap so I can show you. Same two pieces of yarn, or if you want to use a different color, make a slip stitch and a slip knot, and you're going to go ahead and chain 41 chains. So I'll see you back here after you do that. Next, you're going to single crochet into every chain, and remember to count both the strands together as a single big piece of yarn. You're going to single crochet in each of all the chains all the way back to the beginning, and that will end row 1. You will have 40 crochets at the end of row 1. At the end of row 1, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and you're going to single crochet in every stitch all the way back to the other end. And again, you should have 40 stitches. Coming to the end of that row, you should have 2 handles ready to go. I've gone ahead and attached the first one just so I can show you what it looks like. We're going to do the other side. So I just flipped it over and folded it half. Important here is to make sure your handles are not twisted. So place it where you want it to go, and then again, double check that your handles are not twisted. Otherwise, you're going to have to take it apart and start over. Grab your darning needle or tapestry needle. I'm just again double checking that the handle is not twisted. So to attach this, line it up to where you marked it before, where you want your handles to go. And I start from the back and I try to go in the middle, not through the main hole, though I think I did on that one. And I go through each of the 3 rows. You'll have 3 crochets at the end 2 times. So you'll do it twice on the first one, and then you'll move to the middle and you'll do 2 throws there. So come through the back to the front, front to the back, and repeat that a second time, back to the front, front to the back. And the third and final one from the back, and then through front to back, and then do that a second time. Now, after I've done the 2 throws at each one, I come through and I do a third one. I just want to make sure that these stay on, so I kind of do a double throw there. I missed the last loop, so that's why I did that extra throw. I'm going to go through back to front a third time, so just one single throw at the end, one at the middle, and one at the other end. This just makes sure that the handle doesn't come apart. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then you want to weave in your ends through the back and then trim any excess if you want to. To knot this, take it apart and then just bring one back through the front so you can actually tie the knot. And then you want to hide the yarn by pulling it through the back loops and hiding the ends. This may be a little bit difficult, so just take your time and get it through. This just really makes sure that this does not come unraveled. So I've completed one end. Now I'm going to, again, make sure it's not twisted, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And your bag is complete. I love the way this came out. It's just so pretty, and it didn't cost me anything. Well, it cost me 2 balls of yarn that I had hanging around. I hope you liked this video. Give it a thumbs up, like it, and share it. Bye, guys.